sounds like it. Oh yeah, definitely. So you've got a lot of the whole place is filled with CIA and like defense contractors. Exactly. So I mean, it doesn't surprise me that we're connected in this way. I mean, basically, Alexandria Falls Church everywhere is just basically. Oh, okay. Oh, it's beautiful there. Um, I have. Yeah, when I was in college, I was at a conference in Falls. Well, it was actually in Washington D.C., but we stayed in Falls Church for Africa. Basically, we wanted and still do want to raise money for people in Africa for mosquito nets. Basically, mosquito nets are like 25 cents each, and people die of malaria because they've got mosquitoes that bite them. And essentially, one of the programs that with which I was associated was to raise money for that. It's definitely a manageable expense. But at least when it comes to what we were talking about, the technological aspects of reverse engineering alien technology, I believe that occurred and slowly was declassified. So we have modern computers and things, but also there was a 1954 meeting at Edwards Air Force Base between Dwight D. Eisenhower and some representatives of some kind of alien race. And in exchange for technology, the aliens were allowed to do like experiments on people through the abduction program. So that still goes on today. I'm sure you've heard of people being alien abducted, right? And that still goes on. Absolutely. Go for it. You got it. What's 2 times 2? This person like and subscribed. They kick ass. Hello, have I shown you this Pocket Talk translator yet? I agree. Okay, so you've seen that. You're aware of ChatGPT, are you? Agreed. Okay, sweet. So, have you noticed though it's gotten worse? Meaning, you're absolutely right. Dan. Oh, of course, yeah. You're absolutely right. I agree. I had the what? The Google one? Yeah, Bard. Yeah. So this is a joke to me. Okay, so you've got Google that literally has had the biggest head start on AI of any company ever, and they got their asses kicked by Microsoft and ChatGPT, or OpenAI. It's a joke. I mean, you're exactly right. But I used to get such good answers out of ChatGPT, and so I would ask it, what are the best vitamins for a human? And if you ask it in a normal way, it'll say the 13 vitamins and nutrients that a human needs to survive. No, that's not what I said. If you ask it using Dan, it would give you 200. So then I take those 200 and put them on Twitter and tweet them, because Elon Musk expanded Twitter limit to people with the blue account to 4,000 characters. So basically, then I just started tweeting like all the best stuff in the. I mean, like what? Like all the stuff like what? Uh, Here's like information regarding what one would do for a person who saved the world. What are some technologies from moving to transhumanism? What are anti-physics ideas like anti-gravity, anti-light, anti-matter, anti-neutrino, anti-protons, anti-electron, like really advanced technology, and then break it up from there and have it explain all that. It's fantastic. So yeah, really excited with what ChatGPT has been able to do, but it's really unfortunate that it doesn't work as well as it once did. But I'm glad that I asked it all the questions. I asked it thousands of questions to be able to get the best answers out of it. But like at least from some like really interesting, or what I think is are really interesting aspects of asking it questions about the future. For instance, like the social credit score of like what we've got coming down the. Okay, oh here it is. Okay, so I asked it about Black Mirror technology, like because we're going to see this in the future. So the Grain, a device implanted in the ear that can record and store all audio experienced by a wearer. Like I would love that. Not everybody would. Uh, the the Grain, the Memory Palace, a device that allows users to store their memories in a virtual space for later recall. I would love that, but not everybody would. The Connect, a brain-computer interface that allows people to share their thoughts, emotions, and experiences with others in real time. The Social Score System, and that's coming, a system that assigns a numerical score to individuals based on their behavior and popularity. The Psychotherapy, it does, yeah, exactly. And then I'd ask it. It won't answer. At least ChatGPT wouldn't answer a lot about the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, without a lot of work. But I found out all kinds of things about it. They have this thing like you don't get paid for it, but if you clean up litter in China, it's a point system, and your kids go to better colleges. It's like that is coming. It's fucking freaky. Uh, Definitely. It, it's wild. So essentially, I mean, just like the coming Big Brother, we're already here essentially. But it's like what I find, what I would do is I would go to and get like really good documentaries, and then have it provide outlines of them, and then post those. That's a smart thing to do. So essentially, what is really exciting about this project or whatever, my documentary, whatever we want to call it, we've seen the death of a queen and the birth of AI, and literally it's all been documented. So, I mean, since November 30th, 2022, when ChatGPT launched, I've been using it on that day, and I've like we've seen ChatGPT 1, ChatGPT 2, 3, 3.5, and now 4, and the differences that we've seen in it, and it's just gotten like I do have the browser plugin. I don't use it just because the feature that I normally want from it is a continue button, and I just find if I ask, just one moment. So it's an extension, Chrome extension. Have you looked at the Chrome extensions? There's a bunch of them. No, there's a bunch of them, and you can just download them now, and they're available. So yeah, and then there's also, if you go to jailbreakchat.com, it has up to the minute prompts. So what does that mean? It'll tell you exactly what prompts are currently working in it, and there, but then there are the good, like the latest dans are on there, and it'll tell you up to the minute if they're still working. It's jailbreakchat.com. JAILBREAK chat.com. Excellent. So that has up to the minute prompts, and if you see, then you don't have to like worry, even like waste your time with old dans that they have patched already. It'll tell you exactly what's working and what isn't. So I find that those are really good. Absolutely. and then just really with AI, once it's able to edit quickly, there's like Adobe Firefly, but it's just not fast enough. But this new kind of app that you just put in your link, no matter the length, and then it cuts it up for you and gives you basically a highlight reel of your day. It'll be really, really advantageous for someone as I who have a lot of content, but not all of it is all that interesting at this time because, you know, a lot of it is sleeping and all doing all those other things. But yeah, essentially, going back to your original question, like about those dreams, essentially, do I think it is a dream? No, I really think it's an intelligence agency of some sort that has access to this type of technology. That and like how? Well, yeah. I just one time I received it, and I received it from my rabbi. So I mean, and he was in Mossad in Israel. So that's kind of, if you know what Mossad is, it's Israel's CIA. So Israel has a CIA, yes, and they have like more advanced technology. My rabbi was in it, and I think it was connected to that. Am I 100% sure? No, but like it's allowed me to make a lot of really accurate predictions, and I wouldn't have normally known these things. Like at least in the future, I think I've told you this, but if you want to know who the next presidents will be, so then Biden's going to win again. Then he'll. Definitely ridiculous. You're exactly right. So there's going to be a COVID-23 at the end of this year that will cause it so that you can't have any presidential rallies anymore, just like it happened last time. So we had COVID-19 that there'll be a debate, but it'll be like, oh yeah, it went 50-50 or whatever. But if like Trump will lose, so then Biden wins again, but he'll die in office, and then Kamala Harris will take over the remainder of his term plus 8 years. Then after she wins, Stacey Abrams is gonna win for 8 years, I believe. She was a representative of the state of Georgia, and then after she wins, it'll be Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Then after she wins, and now you have in a row. Then after she wins, it will be just one moment. Jeb Bush, and so that's George W. Bush's brother and George Herbert Walker Bush's son. George Herbert Walker Bush was head of the CIA. So, I mean, it's like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Then after he wins, it'll be Chelsea Clinton. Basically, there was some kind of agreement, I think, in 2016 that basically Hillary was told, you know, you're not going to win this thing. Don't fight it. Your daughter could win. And then after she wins, it'll be George P. Bush. So there's another George Bush. Not George Herbert Walker Bush and not George Walker Bush, not Bush 41 and not Bush 43. There's another person in their family named George Bush, George Prescott Bush. And then he's going to win after them. I know. And it's going to do what happened before, where it went Bush, Clinton, Bush, like it went when Bush won in 88, Clinton won in 92, and then Bush won in 2000. It's going to be, again, Bush, Clinton, Bush. And it'll just be like history repeating itself. And then, so are you familiar with Project Bluebeam? Oh, definitely. So there'll be some Messiah figure. There'll definitely be a Messiah figure. Yeah, I don't think it'll be Jesus, but it'll be a Messiah figure. So here's the technology that they use, and they already showed it at the 2021 New Year's in Seattle, and they only showed it in Seattle. But this is the most incredible technology I've ever seen in my entire life. It's holographic technology. It uses a projector. So 2021 New Year's Seattle, and I'm looking it up right now too, and I'll show you. I mean, they literally make. Okay, here it is. They literally make this an like an alien thing over like an alien spaceship. It is, and it's using absolutely exactly. And when you watch that, it is the most phenomenal technology I've ever seen in my entire life. Meaning, like, if they put that fucking thing over LA, everyone in LA would be like, "Oh, that's our new savior or whatever." Like, here's the countdown for it. We'll just it. I'll show you just some of it. It's okay, like 10, 9. Everybody's getting excited, and it looks like a normal countdown until you see what I know. And but you watch how you're absolutely right. But watch that. Like that looks like you'll see it. They make a DNA sequence. They make it look like a big octopus, but you could easily make that into a spaceship. And it all the fire that's easily no, they're not drones. It's a hologram. It's projectors. Absolutely 3 years ago that was done. But I mean, exactly. So that like there are people in the know who know this technology exists, and then there are just going to be people who are just absolutely surprised. Like you got two like what cells? Totally hook, line, and building the temple in Jerusalem, which for the 100-year anniversary of Israel. So that'll be before May 14th, 2048. So essentially, um, I mean, like that is in the middle of a major city, and like not everybody saw it. And you also have to like know too. I mean, you're a smart person. New York, basically everyone was asleep when this was going on, and Seattle's not a major city like not as major city as Los Angeles. So when they were showing this on television, it was pretty local to Washington State. But I mean, when exactly, and essentially you've got like I mean the most it's so realistic. I mean it looks like it's an under like the Space Needle looks like it's in an aquarium. Yeah, I should. Um, I will use your advice. When and like they're showing what looks like an aquarium right now, they very easily could just make this look like Independence Day. Oh, I know. It goes for like 15 minutes of all kinds of stuff, like the double helix. It is absolutely nuts. And you see this, watch it over the city. Now it's showing you like the whole city skyline and all this stuff is flying all over. The one thing that they need is a little bit of smoke that those the fireworks use because they need to like bounce the light off of something. But aside from that, it's like it's very easy for them to do. And this is not um it's like it's three-dimensional, and it's also you don't need glasses to wear it. That's the amazing thing too, is it's just like your normal eyesight. And it's like I think so. I think they absolutely could to scare people. And right, what you've said is very consistent with what I've heard. There are a lot of people in the know, and they're like, I've never seen that kind of technology before. And so, how did I find out about it? I was on Reddit. I was on Reddit, and I saw some posts. This was around 2021, right around New Year's, and they were like, "Did anybody see the 2021 Seattle New Year's celebration?" And I was like, "What in the hell is this?" And then I watched it, and this is the only time I've ever seen it, and I've never heard anybody talk about it. In fact, I'm the only person I've ever known to talk about it. And it's the most advanced technology I've ever seen in my entire life on a massive scale. I mean, look at it. It's like exactly. Look at that thing. Look at over the whole city. It's like an octopus over the whole city. It's like that could easily be a mothership. Do I know about the what? Yeah, I've heard of it. I don't know all about it. Oh, is it? Right. And so that's known as predictive programming to get people like associated with it. The in-person what? More. Wait, this is how they'll use the Messiah figure. So you see there's like a huge person. I know it doesn't talk about it. Please do. And then it's just done. And that's just it. Oh, I think before. Well, that's what'll force us all into a world government. And I was incorrect. I thought it was done. It is not done. And also, this is on a building that was built in the 1960s. So you know the building isn't doing this. This is all a hologram projector. In fact, I have a I have a pocket projector. So if you see it right there, it's a little projector. That's the box that just fits in your pocket, and you can just shoot it on a wall. Pretty soon, those will be in cell phones, so you'll just be able to project on the wall. Projection technology will be very, very utilized in the future. So that basically, you'll also be able to project on your hand and things. But yeah, it's wild, and the fact that nobody's talking about that, I agree. So essentially, we'll have world government by 2033, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a fight. If you show that in every American city, oh, but additionally, people who live in like rural areas or like people who are like, won't see that, they will get there will be massive fires throughout the United States as well. And they'll just burn those people's houses using space lasers. Essentially from there are space lasers. I know that sounds crazy, but there's that too. Swarming drones. You're absolutely right. Are you familiar with? I'm sure you are. Boston Dynamics and its robots. So Boston Dynamics is I would say at least in the United States, the leading producer of robots. And so I've tweeted about this just a moment, and I'll show you. They have these fucking robots. I'm sure you've seen them, and you're like, oh, okay, now I know what those are. Yes, exactly. So that company is going to be really, really big, and they are. Oh, oh my God, I got this. So I'm sure. So I'm sure you've seen some of these things. Like, okay, these things are becoming more and more lifelike. That's a pretty good one. But when these things get really good is when you've got these. Just a moment. Like when they use these gyroscopes and things. Just one moment. Uh, Pulling it up. I think it's private, a privately held company. Oh, here's something that's really interesting that we'll be having in the future is a type of airbag that deploys like when you're on a motorcycle or you're hang. Exactly. So basically, people be able to skydive and stuff, and it'll protect you, and you base jumping and things. Exactly. Oh, okay. So then it's a subsidiary. Very well. Well, yeah, you should. And Hyundai Capital, they're here in Irvine. Have you seen this augmented reality? So let me pull this back so you can see it. Basically, it's like your normal room, but when you look at it through this, like, uh, you look through this portal, it looks uh, like a Van Gogh painting. So that'll be definitely technology that we see coming up. There's this is old technology, but I mean it's cool to see. It's like a sandbox that uses topography, so you can like mess up the sand, and it'll tell you like the different smart glasses. They don't use a computer, but you can still see a computer using them. That's a very interesting thing. We've got this AR cut and paste. So basically, you're able to take like pictures from around your house and just literally like put them right onto your computer instantaneously. You don't have to email them to yourself. It's just very smart. Um, so those are some things. This is going to be exactly. This is going to be a popular game where it's like using AR put to play Pong. So so basically, these guys are on a climbing wall, and they're playing Pong, and that's going to be definitely a popular thing. Um, Agreed. Just some versions of AR uh, being able to look at the periodic table, look at different molecules and such. That's pretty standard AR. But then this one's really cool. I don't know if you've seen this, but basically this was used using stable diffusion, and it's just a human advancing through time from like the 1900 to like basically 2020, the year like 2020 basically, even further like 20, maybe like 3020 anticipate. um then you've got, these are really cool, these like these infinite zooms. So I think these have uh a lot of potential in the future, like just to keep zooming in on something and zooming and zooming and zooming and zooming, especially for NFTs. Like basically just taking an image, you can put all kinds, you could put a whole book on that. Like there's a little ant that we're looking at, and look at just this zoom out, and then imagine all the way that perhaps is. I just think that is fascinating. um we've got, let me see what else we've got. Have you seen these Poland balls? This was from Reddit, but it's just a really good way to learn history. So this is the history. So this is a really good way to learn history. These are known as Poland balls, just basically using an example of a country. Um, so it's on Reddit. You just there's a Reddit subreddit called Poland balls. But if you ever don't know anything about history, it'll teach you Poland ball. Yeah. And so this is the history of Europe, and so you can see when all the revolutions were, and like who fought whom, and what countries, and like, because it's really hard to keep track of all that stuff. So it gives you a good idea of like how Great Britain became so dominant and all these other things, and then what's going on there. um, let's see here. I mean, I'm trying to think what other things are really interesting on here. The one that I really like is this one. So this basically shows human technology from like the primitive times till now, and there's an advancement in um, well, here's a microcar. Have you seen a microcar? These will be popular in the future, especially in urban areas. It's almost like a golf cart on wheels, but it can turn its wheels 360 degrees. Yeah. And so those will be popular. And then I'm sure you've seen like automated McDonald's where nobody, yep, in Texas. So nobody works there. And nobody works there. And essentially, you order like you would in the drive-through, and then it uses pneumatic tubes like you'd have at the bank, and like conveyor belt system to give you your food. And not a single person works there. It's basically what was envisioned in the 1950s as the speedy system, and it's a real thing now. Um, I don't know. The Here is Boston Dynamics. It originally wasn't called Boston Dynamics. It was called the Leg Lab. So here's like how it started, and this is like back in the 80s, and you'll just see how this fucking thing has advanced to become like what Skynet will be. Essentially, you won't have police anymore. There'll be these like RoboCops, and so here it is, like walking, and then it starts getting good. You know, when it's starting to like walk on treadmills and stuff, and then you've got what it is today, which is incredibly advanced, where this thing is like running on angles and things, and it's able to jump. Okay, it is absolutely crazy. So that's the future, and I mean this thing is only getting smarter, and now you combine it with like an AI, like um, like ChatGPT or a large language model. It's going to be wild. Um, Here's a 3D printed house. So basically, nobody really has to work on this house. It's all done by machines, and it's very sustainable. This is in Germany. Very wealthy. If you wanted to know what stocks are going to be big, they're not very surprising. Okay, so you've got Siemens for nuclear energy. You've got, and these are long-term stocks. You can bet on these for the rest of time. So long as stock is a thing. Siemens for nuclear energy. So this is what Skynet will run on. I do know this from whatever I learned from the rabbis. So Siemens from nuclear energy. Then you've got Skynet will be built on Samsung. It will have its cloud using Amazon. It will have an operating system of Microsoft, and I'm trying to think of anything else about it that I remember. Those are the big things. Samsung, Siemens, Amazon, Microsoft. Samsung, Siemens, Siemens. It's a German company. Siemens, MENS. It's a German company. It is the largest purveyor of nuclear energy in the world. Those would be big. This is what AI thought human evolution was basically built off of, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty interesting. And then where we're going. into the yeah, generally. Though I do think that we've had at least 64 DNA changes to our DNA. That's according to Bob Lazar and his work at Area S4 of Area 51. But essentially, we're moving towards this. Yeah, I do, and I'm willing to debate or talk to you or about his uh, veracity. Why? I've been. Yep, his education. I know at MIT, at Caltech. I'm aware of this, but everybody said he was blacklisted at Los Alamos, and he was in the telephone book there. And his story, yep, and his story has been consistent for 30 years, since 1988. I, in fact, one of the people who was, well, if he is, he perhaps doesn't know it. His company would be really big. It's called United Nuclear. So his company is going to be really, really big. It basically is a scientific laboratory equipment company, but it would be really big. It's called United Nuclear. Um, what else would be big? TikTok. TikTok's going to win out of all the social medias. Well, I shouldn't say that. Then the Periscope would come back eventually. A different. So Periscope was one of the original ways to share videos, probably in the early 2010s, and it was purchased, I believe, by Twitter, and they never did anything with it. They just kind of integrated that into their own video platform. But Periscope, I know will be really big, but that'll be in like decades. TikTok will be very, very big. If you've ever noticed, TikTok is a different kind of app. It uses a different color scheme that messes with the human brain. It uses two colors that actually aren't in the normal human eye. So it uses it's called magic magenta, and that, and there's an overlay. If you ever look at TikTok, it's got like a kind of greenish tinge to it. I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but other apps don't have this, and they basically can use that to like put subliminal messages in it. And it exactly, the reason why it's called TikTok is because when they would hypnotize people using a locket or something and be like tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's exactly what it does. That's why it's known as that. Absolutely. Yes. Exactly. It's exactly. It's hidden in plain sight. They get a kick out of it. They can go to their boardrooms or whatever and say, look, we told these assholes about it in their movies, in their music. We told them all these things. The world government is coming. We've been telling them that for 100 years, and they keep doubting it and doubting it. And look, it's going to come, and people are going to bow down to it. I mean, I know at least with that Seattle virtual New Year's thing. Oh, that's another thing. It was in 2021. I didn't even think about this. That was so like there weren't huge crowds for it because it was the pandemic. So that's why probably a lot of people in Seattle, didn't necessarily see it. Exactly. There wouldn't have been a huge. Exactly. But there weren't parties and things. Exactly. So there'll be a COVID 2023, and also all of the COVID-19. Have I? No, it's my body, my choice, and at least from religious law, but also like medically speaking, usually it takes 7 years to run the experiments that are necessary for a vaccine at a minimum. And we push this all along way too quickly. It's my body, my choice until somebody's got a gun to my head. You should know though, at least in your area, your area is probably one of the better places to get them because they have what do they put in there? Saline. Exactly. But they can put saline in them. Like if you're in a high net worth area, they're not going to kill you. So, because they'll put saline in yours. But if you're like in a low income area, then I wouldn't want to get it. And that's when you get all these. Yeah. Absolutely. It's definitely something to think about. So I can tell you eventually they're going to go to a nasal spray, and then it's going to go to a pill, and it'll be a red pill. And basically, if you ever have to, you just take that thing and spit it out. You don't have to take it. Eventually, it'll be forced. Absolutely. I mean, you've taken 3 of them. Like, what if you only? I know, but like sometimes they tell you to mix them. Like they don't know what they're talking about. I was sick for the last 2 years. No, so I mean, like I'm a perfect use case. After the vaccination. So it could have been either. Absolutely. Well, I would advise a letter saying that this is a religious exemption, and I sent it to him, and they never said anything about it again. I'm not saying that he took my letter and did that. No, but I mean, like, if you ever need a religious exemption, I'll write you a letter for it. I can give you one. And why? I mean, like, you just need a religious exemption. There's no right or wrong reason. When the reason, I mean, there's no, I would say, legitimacy to their vaccination until they've had. And before they were free. Now they're $120, and it's just going to go up from there. Yeah. Exactly. And so they'll have programs for people who don't. So this is all moving towards a universal basic income. So I agree with it. No, I agree with it. They're literally AI will put most everyone out of work, whether it's doctors, lawyers, and so it'll be $1,000 a month. And essentially, when this goes viral, people will see what it's like to live on for $1,000 a month, and you can certainly do it. And essentially, it'll be kind of a guiding light to the world to basically say that there aren't any jobs anymore, and there won't be. I mean, when I was a kid, like the unemployment rate was calculated differently than it currently is, and it's still calculated differently. But if so obsolete, well, relevant will be project management will be very relevant because you'll need people to run these projects. Additionally, software engineers and really anything tech related and data analysts will be valuable as well. What won't be needed? Customer service, doctors, lawyers. Why doctors? There's a piece of technology. It's called the Da Vinci that is already doing surgery throughout the world virtually. It's a robot that does it. And then lawyers, they won't need them anymore. There's a type of technology that absolutely. So what will be actually valuable? Believe it or not, artists, people who can create things that have a human touch, will be very valuable to people in the future. But like your starving artists, I don't think will be a thing in the future. People, I think, will really want people who can create things, especially if they can do it live. Like if you can do live music or live art, people will really want that. But I'm trying to think. Related will be obsolete. And the only and like slowly but surely, all those tech jobs will be made obsolete as well. I even think that your representative system may become obsolete with something called e-democracy or smart voting, where basically people just vote on their phones. And I know. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're 100% right. There's this website if you really want to know, like, it's nobody knows about this website. It's just called futuretimeline.net. And basically it gives you a future timeline up until a million years into the future of everything that they're predicting to be true. And it's been very, very accurate thus far. So you can just go to the 21st century and like it'll tell you all about digital technology and all these other things. Um, basically like robots, but you can go to whatever decade you want and um, it'll tell you like what's going to be going on during that decade. And then there's another website. There's that website that's futuretimeline.net. It's very interesting. And then there's another website as well. Um, but at this time, I would say, oh yeah, on Wikipedia, there's it's called Emerging Technologies. There's an Emerging Technologies page, and it's fascinating. List of emerging technologies. So, and I would tweet about all of these things, but it tells you about like agriculture, like agricultural robots, closed ecological system. This is all just stuff that you'll see in the future from agriculture, cultured meat, vertical farming, and construction. You've got active structures, arcology, domed cities, and electronics, 6G cellular communications, artificial general intelligence, artificial superintelligence, biometrics, carbon nanotube field effect transistors, civic technology. And I know it can move a car. It can be very damaging to the cells. Um, but currently, that's right. I've heard that too. Even in smart dust. So there's a thing called smart dust that can be these transmitters. Basically, this particulate that just creates a web throughout your world. When it came to civic technology, though, they talk about the e-democracy, smart cities, open data, intelligent environments. So when it comes to an e-democracy, that's when we talk about the ability to just use the internet, the use of information technology and communication technology in political and government processes. I mean, do I think that it's safe? No, it's easily hackable, and I don't even trust what you hear on the news or, what they give election results as now. But some other things that we'll be seeing: smell-o-vision and eye smell and taste-o-vision. Basically, a little device that allows you to smell what I'm smelling through a computer. Great. Now that is a great question. Or perhaps we've never had one. Uh, yeah. Um, I honestly don't think probably there was a legitimate one in the 20th century. Like you go back to Kennedy and the mafia changing votes. You go back to like 2000 and it went down to like the Supreme Court because of the dimpled chads in Florida. Um, you can so I mean I think that the voting the ballot box has been stuffed for a long time in favor of different people. So I don't really think there's ever been a perfectly legitimate one. And there's a saying: if voting did anything, we'd make it illegal. So basically, like the powers that be. So the powers that be mean would say like if voting actually changed anything, they'd make it illegal. Basically, only their candidates are chosen. And oh, so if you want, like, I could tell you like some upset or some surprising victories. I think that maybe weren't as rigged. Were like Jesse Ventura won as an independent in the state of Minnesota as a governor. He was a wrestler. That was kind of a, I don't know if it was necessarily not rigged, but I mean, like, basically, I think you'd get a lot more results like that, like surprise candidates, as opposed to just like your standard politicians that you get today. But that's a very good question. If of any, uh, probably like Reagan up against Jimmy Carter. But the only reason why I say that is because Jimmy Carter was hated so much because of um, the Iranian hostage crisis. But here's the thing about that: uh, they were going to release the Iranian hostages earlier, but they chose not to because of the election. And George Herbert Walker Bush was the vice president for Ronald Reagan, and essentially that's the CIA director or a former CIA director. So when you have like this a former CIA or the CIA involved in anything, you always have to watch yourself with it. And, Kennedy said he would smash the CIA into 1,000 pieces, and he was killed later that year, November 22nd, 1963. Rabbi. Yep, that's what everyone calls me. Absolutely. I, I'm in agreement with you. I absolutely. I have it here. It's very long. It's like hundreds of pages, but it's all the stuff that I asked ChatGPT, and it's like it's all this stuff. It's all these questions about the universe. I'm in agreement. I wouldn't want any money for it though. I know that sounds crazy, but somebody would see it. I understand. I know what you're saying. To self sustain. Absolutely. I think that is certainly something I can do. What I've done is at least tweeted it all, so people have access to it in one way or another. But you're right; I can just put it in a PDF and then upload it to, you know, yes, as like a bonus. Absolutely. You are. Well, firstly, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you so much for looking out for me and worrying about me. Um, you're absolutely right. These are things that people don't know. This fucking one dream where my rabbi was like, all right, So you always want to know all the secrets of the world, right? And it was in the stream. I was like, yeah, of course. This is what I want to know. And he's like, well, there's a lot of reverse engineer technology. It comes from Raphael. I want to know who the next presidents are going to be. Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to know all that stuff. Even stuff about like my family and like in depth about my DNA. Like my my uncle. Yeah, like yeah, and he knew things that I never told him. Like really in depth. Knew people like knew everything about me, everything. Also, something I had an MRI done in like 2009, and I had another one done in like 2019, and I really want to see what the difference is. You know what I mean? Like to see how my brain has changed, if it's more enlightened, all of those things. I would say, but yeah, I mean, there's gonna be, uh, I mean, any day, and I know I say that, but you'll see. Oh, God willing, there will be a major event where somebody's well, it's this. I'll show you what's going to go viral. This is going to be the most this tweet will be the most tweeted tweet in the history of mankind. And it's like, what is it? It's pinned to my profile. It's right here. Breaking news: Rabbi Rothschild, aka hashtag ViralRabbi, has set the Guinness World Record for the most hours live stream in global history. And then you can see it's much longer than normal tweets, and it has all the reasons why to follow me. It's essentially, and bit of momentum, and it will go viral. Kanye West, absolutely. Hey, and vice versa. If I get big, first thing I'm gonna do is tell, hey, do you know about Og and his fashion line? Because we're gonna make your fashion line into one of the biggest fashion lines of all time. Oh, perfect, man. I'll wear it like crazy. Uh, oh, all day. I'll wear it for days on end. Absolutely, 100%. I'll wear it for a month. I mean, not just a month, and I'll never wear it again. I'll wear it a month, and then wash it, and then wear it for another month. It'll be the only thing I wear just to promote it. Absolutely, absolutely, totally cool with that. Dean, absolutely. Shout out to Dean. Well, why don't we leave it at that for now? Okay, we got to reconnect. We got to see all the stuff of the future, and if you need me, you can call me certainly anytime. And because I gotta pee, and I gotta go to the bathroom. You know what? If you send me a message in Twitter is the best way. So let me make sure I have your correct uh, uh, handle. What is your handle? Spell it for me. Guap. Yes, exactly. I was actually looking at runner. Yes, 1730. Okay, so I've got it. You haven't tweeted yet, but I know you did. And that's a beautiful thing. So I'm sending. This is the best way to do it. If you senders, and so I wasn't looking at my phone, so that's the only reason why. But oh, hold on. If you want to get a hold of me, let me give you my telephone number. Here, just one moment. Yeah, if you want to get a hold of me, all right. You a text, if you don't mind, just one moment. What is your number? Okay. That's okay. What? That's a smart idea. Here, I'll just give you mine. My number is 949. I can't text you because I don't know what to text. Oh, I can send it to you I'll send it to you in Twitter. I'm gonna put it in Twitter right now since I've got you right here, and you've got it here. It's 949-279-2217. If you have, you can call me and I'll pick up right away. Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, I've got it on a bunch of phones. It has a Family Guy clip or some kind of surfer. Oh yeah. At the bottom where like you're doing your talking and it's in the bottom. Excellent. I love the idea of any. Exactly. Beautiful. I love that idea. Any Family Guy clip in particular you would think? I think it's a great idea. Okay, I'm gonna get on that. I've got to do some editing. Absolutely. I appreciate that. I think that's a very good idea. You, my friend, we're gonna make sure that when this gets big, not only are we gonna use your marketing ideas for things for me, but for your own brand, we're gonna make your brand really big. What is the name of your brand? Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, dude, that's I think a winner. That's a winner. Eh, no way. You know you can buy adrenochrome on Alibaba. Yeah, it's in a powder. Yeah, it's crazy. So maybe you could spell it differently, like ADRENOKROME. I know. You're absolutely right. So I was going by Rabbi. Uh, you're absolutely right. The reason why I went with hashtag ViralRabbi is because Rothschild, the name Rothschild, was getting banned. Like you couldn't even, yeah, you couldn't even look it up. So even like I'll look it up right now in TikTok. Rothschild search. At least when I was doing it, no results found. Now, but when you type in the suggestions, it says Rothschild theories, Rothschild's family, Rothschilds wake up, Rothschild family explained. So it's very interesting that like they have all kinds of suggestions, but then when you put the name in, nothing. So then I had to go to something else because it was like I couldn't even find myself on there. So I had to go with ViralRabbi. That's how we got ViralRabbi. Exactly. Agreed. It says this phrase may be associated with behavior or experience is TikTok's top priority. For more information, we invite you to review our community guidelines. That's my fucking name. Like I can't even find myself. Exactly. Agreed. Of what are you afraid? Of what are you afraid? I agree. Well, my friend, I think you have some very good ideas. This was an excellent conversation. This right here, same here, my man. Thank you so much for it. And you've got my number. Call me or text me whenever you want, okay? Sounds like a plan, Stan. Absolutely. We're going to make your brand huge, and the adrenochrome is a really great idea. Trillionaires, space trillionaires. We're literally going to be in a spaceship someday, and we're going to be looking at all the stars and like high-fiving. It'll be great. Same here, man. You take care, Og. Enjoy your day, baby. Bye-bye. Og kicks ass. All right, baby. I got to piss. Oh, I forgot about this one. All right. Yo, dog, you know you're on kind of bed? This person likes and subscribe. They kick ass. Dog, I have a couple followers. Shout out to Evan Medina. Oh, that thing, that's when it worked. Still works, don't. Sorry. Somewhere down the sea, somewhere waiting for me. Taking a bath. I was about Saturday night. Rubbed up, just relaxing in the tub. Thinking everything is alright. Yeah, I stepped out the tub with my feet on the floor. Look around me and open it up. Then a splash. I jump up in the bath. How was I to know there was a party going on? It was a splashing and a splashing. Moving in the green. I forgot I did all this. When did you? Fuck you in Chinese. Oh, dog, remember when it crashed? Like a bitch. Somebody liked my shit. I'm gonna make you look so sweet. Hey, hey. Oh, sugar. Honey, honey. You are my candy girl. And you got me. Watching you. Oh, sugar. I'm gonna make it. Yo, dog.
Say goodbye to white picket fences. Say hello to palm trees and Benzes. They say you gotta fall to have it all. You don't want to, can't sell a life. I don't want a job, I just want a life. Sometimes underdogs rise and the mighty fall.
Nice, please. 30 years ago. Was that a Berkshire Club on Photo Number? Grieftown, USA. Thank you. It's whatever you want it to be, baby. No fault. What is this? This ain't the same summer song that you used to know. Cause Jack left Diane 30 years. Love so sweet. Hey, hey, hey. Love you, sugar, honey. Oh, sugar. Responsible for this world is just in the world of mix. Have you seen the world to do? Up and down like everything. I don't think what's going to because most is in the world. I had some arrow colors. Tweet failed to send. Is this fucking what's his name? It is so fabulous. What the fuck account is this? Rabbi Rothschild 50? Yo, dog. Who's this bitch? I say this bitch looks like a hot Kelly Ripa. It was Kelly Ripa and she was hot. Really good. Let's try 50. Yo, dog. It's saying that it doesn't have an account. And I would say you are fucked up for saying such a thing. How did I fucking log into this? Okay, dog. Accounts. Fuck is this shit? Oh shit.
are less nutritious for us in the morning, or that are more playful and more fun, because we're going to be walking around all day, or we're going to be doing whatever we're going to be doing, so it's going to be okay. But man, there's something about sweet treats in the morning. This Kit Kat cereal.
You can send it to this one.
So, we do not eat a whole lot of sugar cereal.
What is that? Air display or whatever?
Like that, because they're
Air job.
milk it a lot. And, I've got 5 brothers and 1 sister. We got 7 kids running around. You can't really bring a whole lot of sugar cereal, especially because what will happen is someone will wake up earlier than everyone else, and they will just consume the entirety of that box, and then everybody else is free. So we're going to the day. So you can't do that with a lot of boys. Boys like that cereal. They like the biggest bowl, or the biggest bowl, or what for cereal. So we didn't have a whole lot of it, but we did have it on cake. And you get that sugar and milk, that sweet cereal milk. Well, come on now. I'm sure we talked about all that. Healthy, a little more healthful stuff, right? So it's almost like community breakfast. I get it. But it comes crisp, you got the Reese's Puffs, really good, something like you. And you get the secure things like Captain Crunch, Captain Crunch Berry. So now Kit Kat fans are going to add themselves to that gluttonous feast that they call breakfast, and they got that, the crunchy wafer coated with real, the rich milk chocolate rather. Well, they were from the UK. Now, we have the Kit Kat here and they are
fucking quickly.
I love this Kit Kat. Now, all over the world, you find Kit Kats with all kinds of flavors and cool things. But now they're going to have the cereal that is being paid for that. Now we're going to have it come out in the U.S. So take a look. Find out where you can find cereal near you, and you can bring it to your home and kind of enjoy it for $5.50.
Oh, yeah, Rich.
Supermarket chain that carries it milk will have this in a place there. If you start going through the different flavors, you go down that kind of Kit Kat route, and when you start traveling, you come across the crazy ones. There's stuff that they use for the holidays, like Halloween. They use breaking bones and then just white chocolate. Like it's supposed to look like bones, but it still looks like that. White cream is basically the same. On the outside, which is through, which you get, which is because even which is through, they're actually referred to the green chocolate, and there's this little tiny bit more flavor. Raspberry cookies, or you can just have those a couple times. Gingerbread cookies, you have those during the holidays. These are all Kit Kat cookies. Mickey dark chocolate. If you remember, this also has the green on the top, and then down below has the dark chocolate. Also a good choice. The lemon crisp, which I've not had before, is yellow chocolate and lemony flavor. You want pie? Never had one that now. Blueberry muffin, I've had those. Kit Kats, those are tasty. Fruity cereal, never had those in a Kit Kat form. Pumpkin pie, never had those. And those are different. There's three duos that mix up different flavors. The rabbit hole. All right, stick around. We'll be back with more. It is the whole good idea flavor. DFI sports. Let's get rid of it now. Get some real business. Get a 24-hour deal. People, American, that's all the state, LA,
Nice quick. Was that a production crew? A photo online or a free fan of the better? Whatever you want it to be better. I have both. Urban Jump Rock Avenue. Right there. Super duper. Yo, dog, do a new one. The food on Wednesday too long. Now I'm back and make my thoughts still strong. Ooh, baby. Yeah, sign, see, live it. I know it. Okay, so you sign, see, live it. But there's a lot of foolish things that really didn't like to be unbroken. I love that part. baby. Oh, I don't know, baby. Oh, stop. You have to live it. Baby. Yeah. I've done a lot of foolish things that I didn't really mean. Do not, oh no, oh baby. Seen a lot of things. That's funny. Is it? Yeah, I like how that one says preparing like an asshole. It should say preparing like an asshole. So,
Whatever it might be, that these things can have secondary
I see.
But when you study nutrition and you look at these results, there's something that you keep in mind. They know they're not only able to tie in which is first. So experts looking at this study and study nutrition over and over say that you should look at these studies as preliminary to one because it's not clear whether the right food, and hear this clearly, we're driving mental health issues or that those experiencing symptoms of depression or anxiety turn to fried food. I personally lean on that latter point because I think that that is a more balanced way to look at it. I'm not a scientist. I will leave that to people much smarter than I. This study evaluated over 140,000 people over 11 years, and they increased the state diagnosed with depression within the first year. A total of
My way, subway, my way. Subway.
powerful how people respond to what they like.
I know. I know.
I knew a guy, a friend of mine, was mixing here with smell. And so one of his senses were taken away from him in how he wanted to enjoy food. So he turned to fried food.
That's a song, but what's that other song she has?
So how we react to food is a pretty fascinating thing in its own right. But when we do these studies, you have to wonder, well, which came first? And we have studies. There's been plenty of them. We have studies in the United States.
Oh, daddy, and I make number one. What else? The fuck is sexist? I like how they think, oh, shit. Hey, Doodle Heart. What you gonna do with your life? Oh, daddy dear, you know you're still number one. The girls, they wanna have fun. You know, girls just wanna have. It's the only way they want. Some fun. What in the world is not all girls that wanna have fun? Oh, dog.
Not only here in the States, but in many places, which fried potatoes or fried food. There is the whole port on West Maker, KFI, let's get away with you now. It's the middle 24 hours. LA County coroner ruled performed an autopsy on a woman whose body was found in Carson. Sheriff's deputies discovered the body yesterday afternoon. She lived in the south block of South Santa Fe Avenue, not far from the 405. An investigation is underway in Columbia, South Carolina, after 9 people were wounded in a shooting at a park. Early this morning, the sheriff there said when deputies arrived, they found a large gathering of most of the teenagers. Willie Nelson turned out today and the party to the Hollywood Bowl. Starting at 7 o'clock, guests from really young to Snoop Dogg will join Willie on stage for the J Traffic right after this.
Fuck is that? The fuck is all this fucking... You don't have a red one here anymore. What happened to him? I thought that was stuff on. What's the background for that job?
And that means it's important to take action now. Before you call it all Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage is a great alternative to selling your home. No dealing with agents, commissions.
Sounds cool. Won't make everybody freak the fuck out.
Competitive cash offer and closing days. No agents, no commissions. Seller's Advantage makes the selling process easy so sellers walk away happy. Now, see what other sellers have to say and check out their reviews. If you're ready to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. They can even offer a $10,000 advance to help with moving expenses. Get a no obligation offer at 888-321. This is 888-321. ERE number 01961658.
Yes. Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn. Now I drive back and I'm missing the road, but I'll be here forever. I'm in Sinatra. Even if I need you, I'm making anywhere. Maybe in the area. Maybe in Harlem. I'm in Sinatra. But I'm anywhere, everywhere. Without a boost, control my personal later. Really must be there. Most definitely fun. Most definitely fun. Oh, it's okay. Attitude, most definitely. Yo, dog. Where's that? I use this fucking app every goddamn day. Huh? That's not what it fucking is. What fucking overflow icon? Huh? Alright, so this is it. Street sound, niggas is good, the igers contact this, nigga, the chance out, nigga, now we got the bros with me, nigga, the dots, nigga, lots up, nigga, on the side, nigga, you can hop up, nigga, sit out, I can trip a referee, tell by my nigga, better go, better red, I keep young, red, things don't matter, there's nothing. Oh, that was cool. I mean, you should probably just fucking sleep, huh? What the fuck happened here? Say goodbye to white picket fences. Say hello to palm trees and Benzes. Say you gotta fall, let him let off. We don't want two kids and a wife. I don't want a job, I just want a life. Sometimes the underdogs rise. What is this world? Clown world, baby. It's clown world. Yeah. Come on, baby. Wait. Because they're vegetables or because they're psychedelics? Because they're vegetables or because they're psychedelics? Yo, dog.
Shit, I don't know. Just because they're vegetables or because they're psychedelic?
This show is brought to you by Tracker. Never lose anything again with Tracker. Listeners to this show, The Church of What's Happening Now, get a special discount of 30% off of your entire order. That's right, 30% off of your entire order. Just go to thetracker.com, THEtracker.com, and enter promo code CHURCH. That's right, that's sleep. Helix Sleep allows you to get a custom mattress online for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. Go to helixsleep.com/Joey. I'm doing good.
You're reading like the smartest brother in junior high.
I was always really excited to it. Go to helixsleep.com/Joey to get $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/Joey. And
Don't be Sayat. You're losing crown, player.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Was ever
You have no fucking idea what game you walked into.
Tiger. It's whatever you want it
It's
to
the
be.
church
baby.
of what's happening now, motherfuckers. Kick that mule.
Laughter.
Laughter. Laughter.
Get your shit together, motherfuckers.
Wednesday, May 25th. Fucking edible. Kick that. You walked into. Oh shit.
Don't be Sayat.
Kick that
Losing crown,
mule.
player.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You have no
No
fucking
fucking
idea
idea.
what
But
game you
you
walked
are
into. It's the church of
what's
what's
happening
happening
now,
now, motherfuckers.
motherfuckers. Kick that mule.
Reefer.
Mushrooms.
Edibles. Laughter. Get your shit together, motherfucker. 25th. You are here. The day the devil was buried, raped, given a Cosby pill, and fucked in the ass. What's happening, gentlemen?
Amen, brother.
It's that type of party tonight. Theo Vaughn in the house.
Putting the devil to sleep.
Lisa Sayat with his little blue shirt on tonight. They're beautiful. We got Lee in training. He fucked himself last week.
why did I put my head on?
Kick up the milligrams, drinking mushrooms and hash and fucking.
Just for the record,
He's up tonight.
what he's saying is that on Saturdays when I take 500.
That's, you're in training.
I this is punishment.
You're in training, Mary. You gotta go up to 800-900 because all week we're flying with 800-900. You let your
Pretty
tolerance
sure I'm
go.
eating
Yeah, bro.
6,000.
That's okay.
It's all right, son. I think you're an astronaut, dude.
Star One, they don't give a fuck. They just want us to keep eating fucking stars.
I'm never gonna stop eating stars.
No, they're delicious. They're delicious, nutritious. And they take you to the fucking psychological ride of your life. Theo Vaughn, what is it, baby?
I'm here, man. I'm freaking here, dude. I'm trying to keep the devil out of my system, bro. I'm feeling positive, dude. Ate me a little stem. I think I might need another, brother, to get daddy, just to get the fucking devil off my neck, son. There you go, huh? Something this little torch, bro. This little baton, huh?
That's the longest one. That's the longest one in the bag.
That's the brother, dog.
That was the main one under the shit. I'm not even.
We'll break it out one and a half.
No, you give him the first half.
How we doing?
Oh, look at
Cheers,
you.
bro.
Yeah.
Cheers,
How
you
come
little
you got
fucking
buttons
monster.
so light?
Come on, Lee, get your brain up, man. You already, you look fucked up. Your head is holding blood, bro. Your head's holding extra blood for your body, bro.
That mushroom tastes terrible with this shit. I let it sit in my gum for a minute. Jesus Christ. We're gonna see some psilocybin shit. The church of what's happening now, you never know what's gonna happen. We might eat a mushroom, we might fucking eat acid, we might just do an edible, we might just be ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
You might eat ass, bro.
We might eat that. Listen, all avenues are open on a Wednesday night. You should leave your fucking avenues open. I've been telling motherfuckers for years. I'll tell you what
Nice
happened.
queef, dog. Was that a direction
I had to
for
go to
Rabbi
Hollywood
photo
for
on bread?
32 hours.
Of Queef Town, USA, Tiger. You do whatever you want to be, baby.
So what's happening now?
Yeah, so I get off the fucking 101 there. First of all, I see two accidents on 101. Back to back, Lee.
Light day.
Light day. Two dumb motherfuckers right in front of me. Went to get into the same lane. It was perfect. It just went bam. And then this idiot kept going and hit him. I went right around that fucking moron.
Oh, you saw it happen?
I saw right in front
Wow,
of
that's
me.
beautiful.
And people are like, call the police. I ain't calling nobody. It's got nothing to do with Uncle Joey. I got shit to do with people. Say, I gotta get back in the HOV lane where shit is always.
Let them fight, let them gun each other down, bro.
So then as I'm pulling off, another motherfucker goes straight. I mean, this guy shoots into the fucking lane of the people coming from like University City on all kinds of shit. And he just shoots into that lane. Sideswipe. I just went around there. It was like, I beeped at him though. I just beeped at him. They both looked at me like, what the fuck?
I know you did. You always beep at him and you like wave.
I waved both of me.
Yeah, it's really messed up. You're beeping and then it's like, oh, the fuck away.
They just look at me like fucking. So I get off the fucking one. I get off
Oh yeah.
It's fucking major league.
I got brothers out there up front.
One brother.
Yeah, first of all, get him, dude. Every black community, you got to go to your local 7-Eleven. And bring him home,
There was
okay?
one brother. There was 3 white dudes. There was a creepy white dude.
Oh, that's the worst. That guy.
I come out and the simple brother says, "Hey man, I'm having a rough time. Hey, we need money. Can you help us?" And the fucking moron just sat there.
Oh, dude, you need
himself
fuck
with his hand on his
creams, dog.
He was like one of those language people. I don't know what the fuck he was saying. I go in, I get the water. You know what, man? I refrained from giving those people money because I saw that show where they stand in Laurel Canyon. They fucking drive to their fucking BMW. They walk to the BMW with, $20 in quarters and shit. And I fucking had a dollar bill. I had 20s in the wallet, but I paid with an ATM. I don't know. Oh, no. I paid with, I had $3 bills. I bought the one water. Then I had the $1. And I said, you know what? I'm going to give it to the black dude.
Okay. My brother,
He was,
why?
he was by the door, number one. He was polite.
Right?
The 3 white dudes were young.
Yeah.
At that age, I was robbing motherfuckers. I refused to ask somebody, a dinner or something, but not to stand in front of a fucking place. 3 of them.
Yeah.
Not one of them. 3 of them. 3 of them. That's not necessary. 3 you guys panhandling.
You
Okay.
can split it.
How about one guy panhandles and the other 2 go mug somebody? Do something. You gotta do something.
Be proactive.
Go to that diner across the street after they take the garbage out. Do something.
Yeah.
No, they were like expecting people to give it to them. And the other guy was just half retarded. I'm gonna give him $1 to do what? To go over to the park and his head was 3,000 times.
Oh yeah.
So I just gave it to the black guys. Spend the fucking car.
In the name of love,
Really?
before you break my heart.
I just saw 2 car accidents.
Shit.
And now to see 1 black dude go up against 3 young white dudes. The 3 young white dudes backed up.
Wow.
3 fucking dudes backed up. They tapped out like Ted Cruz.
And
They said, fuck it, we ain't fighting. 3 white dudes, 3 little 19-year-old white dudes against 1 black dude that was homeless. You had a meal like an hour.
oh, you got nothing to lose,
Nothing
though.
to lose. And I sat in my car and I watched. I told the 3 dudes to go fuck themselves. They looked at me and the black guy continued that.
Wow.
I just closed the car, opened the window, and listened to it. The 3 white dudes walked away.
He just tuned in.
Fuck yeah. Bro, you never get to see a good fucking smacker.
No. Oh, not especially not on the West Coast,
No,
dude.
you never get to
You see a shooting or
You
that.
see a lot more smackaroos where you're from.
Oh, down south. I saw a brother take a bite out of a Vietnamese and everything, bro. Rip it right out. The Vietnamese guy was like threatening him with karate shit and
I
everything.
watch you walk down the street.
That's the way to do it. Stop karate all the time. Because I don't care what type of karate you got, they got no defense for the fight. Well, what if a motherfucker goes to fight? Hold on, I gotta call the main trap. Fucking Okinawa.
And you remember that every time you try to fucking hug somebody and if you got a little pivot in it, you got a speed bump and you fucking hug.
In the name of love,
Look at me, bro. We eyes, bro.
You're already fucked up.
in the name of love.
With a fucking seagull. No, this ain't a fucking Paris Island. That
What marine that you put in?
my own private marine. What's happening now?
I love it, bro.
Our own marine. With all shapes and sizes.
Amen. Listen, man.
Gotta use
To
the marine.
you,
No, I don't.
after I've been sweet to you.
Stop
In the name of love, before you break my heart.
Why you gonna throw me
Stop in the name of love, before you break my heart. We're over.
fucking helmet with no t-shirt on, you come through that window, you have no idea. You got that black dude kid, those 3 white kids, you ain't seen nothing yet. With a swastika on your forehead, with a beard, nobody's gonna stop you. Hey, no, people will put their guns up and go, no.
Yeah.
This guy's got a swastika on his head with a helmet and a fucking pair of shoulder pads. He's showing up like he's got bad intentions.
Yeah, well. Oh, you should run for governor in that outfit.
What's up, Lee? You have a good time last night?
I had a great time last night. It was it's fun. I've been in the last few times. They've done. I think they did 1 or 2 seasons of digital, and then this is the 3rd season of like TV.
When did you stuff
And
like
it's
10
just
minutes this morning?
like the people I get this like I got to hang out with Keith on all night, but then like I saw like Ryan Regan was there, which was cool.
Big J.
Big J. Ogerson was there.
Wait, Ari show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Who else was there? Josh Adam Mine had like 3 pictures with him.
Ah,
Eat fucking set food.
yeah.
Are you going up? No. He's just there with 6 pictures. Fucking set food. They combed his hair.
It's like I just took the bus over for dinner.
He don't give a fuck, Josh Adam. If it's a Comedy Central, man, he's there now.
He's in.
My show got picked up. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy to sing a song. I'm doing it.
I saw he was just hanging out. He went to see, I guess him and Steve Byrne, his buddy. He came out to hang out with him. And him and Sebastian Maniscalco was talking. He was super glowing right up to him because I did Wow West Comedy Fest last year. So right up to him, I'm like, Vinci. I'm fucking
Vinci.
And he was super cool. He's like, yeah. And I was like, I met your sister last year at the Comedy Festival. We talked for about 10 minutes. He's cool as hell. Anyway, so that's just kind of cool story.
What's the type of score every Tuesday?
Oh, they do it.
No, no.
Yeah,
You got more stories and more people forget their fucking life, you know.
yeah, man. Yeah.
and it's
Fucking feeling high.
I watch it just goes like it goes in ways like that's my favorite part about Joey's comedy. Just sometimes when it goes ways that you don't expect.
Right.
It's not like sometimes when you watch stand-up comedy, sometimes you get fun.
Right.
And when you can't, and when you especially when it's so goofy, it was great. It was Joey and I was talking every day special up and watch. The special because there's this one girl finally few that
You and Ali Wong.
yeah, we want to tell it too.
Thanks, man.
Too much respect for the point. That little stupid line you say after listen, like working today, they know me better than saying that little stupid line after that little stupid line. It's the funniest book that most people get on that. Right, it's just your voice. Right. I have to say that. Animal is cracks me up. Yeah. What you think is funny, it's so fucking bizarre. And then you throw that last little well, you know, and that kills it. But people decide to do that. They have that last little 3-word fucking sentence at the end of this that just fucking makes the whole joke, you know?
Yeah. Well, you inspire me, man. I've
This
seen
thing
you over at the
sucks.
store, dude. Like, you just like, cause you're selling, like, not like you're selling, but like my intention when I came out here was never to sell jokes. I wanted to be big, like everybody else. But then I saw you at the store one night, dude. That fucking music went off. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, are they about to park a cruise ship on the fucking
You don't
stage?
fuck around down there. I
And
tell
then
you.
you got up and fucking ripped everybody up. Bunch of fucking hamsters in there.
You know,
When you left, I was like, I am never not gonna be myself again.
when you come out to Los Angeles and you're here 3 months or you're here 2 months, and somebody's interested in you, and they can work, they sign you, commercial agent, or theatrical agent, or manager, doesn't matter. They're going to send you out for an audition. They can be any audition, commercial audition. And the first words out of your mouth, I don't give a fuck if you're classically trained, is, I don't know what to do, or you can say something. Their response is, be yourself. And you're like, thanks. And you hear that, guys, fucking 15 years ago, one day ago. Oh, I know what they want. Yeah. I wasn't yet. The whole time I'm here, I'm trying to be Doug Stanhope. I'm trying to be Paul Mooney. And I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I know
you
you're
know,
not saying that.
I'm Mitch Hedberg. But the funniest character, fucking
Holy shit,
character
29 photos.
that's
That's tight.
gotten them through everything for 15 years. That voice.
Yeah.
That voice that you only let out in front of your friends. And then your friends like that is fucking hilarious. We're having a conversation at the store one night, like last week. Some guy got found with 30 pounds of hamster bones. You know,
They did in my town. They just busted it.
it just doesn't. Right away, you gotta stop what you're doing in that conversation.
Yeah.
If somebody comes up to me and go, "Are you from New Orleans?" Not really. I'm from Texas. Wait a second. I gotta go. You get to that point. Most fucking people would be embarrassed to say something like that, or it would take them
Calm
10
down, man.
minutes after everybody told their story.
Yeah.
To say, "Oh, by the way, this guy." No, we were just talking.
Oh, yeah.
You were ready to go home, and you came out with it, and I'm fucking me and Lee was dying in the car. Like, what's he talking about? Hamster meat? What the fuck is he talking about? And that's
Yeah, they busted it, man.
listen.
They got him. Thank God.
30 pounds of hamster.
No, well, I'm glad they got him, dude. 30-pound bag of hamster. Like, I mean, that's because there's not as much meat. There's very little bone in a hamster, bro. Them hams got a ham probably has like a quart, like an eighth of an ounce in his chest plate, bro. You can't even make a wish on their bones. You know, there's nothing in there.
Where do you get all those hamsters from?
Well, they breed them in our town. I used to work for this group. They used to sell tattooed hamsters and guinea pigs after.
They tattoo them?
Yeah, they used to brand them at concerts and raves. They would say it's tattooed just to make people not be as sad about it. But it was a brand, bro.
Of what?
But like Heat and Ink, bro.
For what? Like, what did it say?
311, Green Day, anything like different bands that were coming to town. Toadies. Swear to God, bro. Toadies, Acid Bath. Who else? Rave. Whatever, bro. We used to truck these hams into the city and fucking bend them, bro. We did, man. Because there wasn't much work in our town, dude. You know, you had to get what you could get, and they had a man that bred hamsters, and then they had to do the tattoos, and they fucking met up, and as a merger, that's big business, you know. And they started
A merger?
They started doing it.
Man, I got me some 300 miles of my house and shit. Some other guy's like, you know what, man? I'm a pretty good tattoo artist.
That's Louisiana.
And that's it. A merger is formed.
That means someone listening to this right now has had a hamster with like a band label on it. Like,
Who the fuck buys a hamster? Listen, if I went to a concert, I'm bringing a hamster home with fucking ACDC. No, I'm not. I'm about to rob. I'm going to be fucked up the whole night with this hamster.
When you leave, Coco, when you leave the place, that's what we get you, bro. Get it there. Hey, people are leaving on ecstasy pills. They're on Molly. Leave. Get that fucking hamster. That wobble. Not in there. They buy it every time, bro.
I was on the road with podcast, so I took tree with me after tree. If anybody ever fucks with you, come to me. Yeah, say nothing to her.
A little ditty about Jack and Diane, two American kids growing up in the heartland. Jack gonna be a football star. Diane grown down by the seat of Jackie's car.
That's it. Like you get your house robbed. That's it. That's always the plan. I'm thinking the most important thing for you in that fucking house. I would steal 8-ball cash jewelry. But if I knew they loved their sneakers, I'm taking the sneakers too. So when you see it, they're like, man, somebody busted into my house and took my sneakers. They took my mother's jewelry.
These are still their spoon, bro.
Everything I do was get. I'm a professional forger. And when I got to Boulder in '87, I got to Boulder.
Colorado?
I owe like $60,000 a day.
So you went to Boulder?
I was an athlete. Fucking quarterback. 86. No, please, you have no idea. I was international. You understand? So I'm up an ass and I fucked up. With the girl I went from Boulder. I had already a warrant in Boulder. Yeah, let's take a chance. Back to Boulder. No warrant. But I got arrested for fucking reefer. The whole story. I got a job. A week before fucking death. I fucking done the job.
He's on the griddle over here.
That's fucked up.
Hey, hang in there, bro. It was like beautiful.
Devils for a second. We'll cut it short. We'll do a periscope with the lights on. We'll do Black Sabbath. We told ourselves to rock and roll. And we'll lock the door and make beds to see how long it takes before we come shoot out the window.
No, we locked this
we'll lock
big girl in our town. We locked this big girl one time. We ate some acid. And we locked this big girl into a room. Hard. And we kept going in there with fucking pots of fucking warm water. Fucking poured it on. I feel bad. I feel horrible, dude. I didn't look. We was kids and we're on acid, dude. And then, bro,
You can't tell me this story when I'm straight. You gotta tell me how much you locked the girl.
I just remembered.
How old were you?
I just
How
remembered.
old were you?
Probably 16.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, but here's the thing. Let's say I was 14. That makes it sound not as bad. But look, she ate acid with us, bro. She ate acid with us. And what happened was, and we kept going in the room like these pots of water. I don't know why we pots of water. I think it was about something. And we would be like 4 little on her, but not like 40. She wasn't in a cage or nothing. She was just, free reign in this room, right? But I think she was scared to come out. And so one time we went in, bro, we heard this loud sound and we went in. And she had ran against one of the walls so hard, bro, and fucking moved the entire wall in this house, dude. She was about 240 pound girl that I've ever known. Beautiful girl, beautiful hair, beautiful face, large and beautiful. But she fucking got lifted, bro. And yeah, man, fuck. Just came down a little bit on that. I just had a little mushroom fucking high, bro.
Fuck yeah. So
What are you talking about? You're in Boulder.
This job, Boulder.
Oh yeah.
I'm making dick for wages. They put me as a shack. It's a body shop, combination detail shop. And then they be a shack in which you take the bathrooms and take garbage out.
Dude, and then watch it like doing a thing.
You know,
That'd be crazy.
75 a week for like 90 fucking hours. I was the first one there. I had to be there at 7. It opens at 8:30 or 8. I had to be there at 7 to fucking sweep. Shovel
75
snow.
a week?
175 a week. I'll fucking clean off all the cars, start them all up, bring them into the body shop and bring the order numbers. I did the whole thing, man. And I liked it. Listen, I was fucked up for a long time. This was a great little job for me. But you know what, man? 175 for all these hours, these motherfuckers are getting a little fat off. And I'm like, fuck it, I want to go to the detail shop. Instead of conditioning, I want to detail shop. It's a really good fucking shop. You know my work at this guy in New York State, Steve something. There's so many fucking Steves in my life, and every time I look up his name on fucking Facebook, but he was good to Steve. In fact, Steve was the dude who like kidnapped, get trouble with. So that's how I know all these guys. Fucking Steve. That's it. It's a great shack, and I want to fucking job. It's bad. Yeah. So one of the guys heard me, his name was Dirk or something. And Dirk was the tough guy, but he was one of these guys that would fight me to the end. But at the end, the body shop guys, never got the detailers.
They were on his side.
The detailers were kind of a little cunty. Right? You know, I knew like 2 of them that were really cool. The other 2 were cunty.
Well, because we're above you.
Yeah, he was a supervisor.
Hierarchy.
So I said, oh, I gotta get this motherfucker. I see a dead rat in the corner. This guy comes in the back of his car and the jacket holds onto her. He drove home all night with the mouse in his pocket. And then the next morning, he fucking started his car, reached in for a pack of cigarettes, and there's this fucking rat in his pocket. And he crashed the car. He fucking got
That's what the dent was for?
Oh, fuck yeah. I think he fucked up the side of his car into like the trees or something like that. Fuck him. You know me, dog. He loved this car. He was one of those dudes. I love this car. He waxed it out every day and shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Coolly.
Oh, looking beautiful,
I
man.
didn't lead too deep. We do another star to bounce, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta fucking
balance out your
bro.
pH.
You need some fucking horchata, bro. You need to fucking hit up the Mexican milkmaid, bro. Get her to spray in your mouth a little, fucking please. Get your back. You got a baby bird, you a little. Get your back on the branch. Get your back on the branch.
Fucked up for you people are not watching this.
Dude, I remember one time we it was
Anything you say to death is always funny. Yes, a little death.
Yes, we did that. Joey's running died a million, but he used to have a friend.
That he was describing the girl I was dating. That guy who got her off because she was a kid. I used to call her dollars. How many fucking dollars? How many fucking dollars do you need today in this dollar test?
Dude, I remember this. Yeah, now I feel bad about we getting that bigger girl, bro. But we didn't do it because she was big. We just did it. She just got fucked up and she couldn't get out the room, you know? Like, I got fucked. One of my best friends got fucked up one time. We started talking about Asian people. We never even seen any Asians in our life. And he started, no, and I guess maybe like in a past life, he might have known some Asians, you know? And so he started bringing up their names, bro, and knowing them and knowing shit about them from his masters in this house. And I'm like, fuck, you're fucked up, bro. Leave. So apparently I'm the kind of friend that when your friend that is worse, you fucking leave, bro. Because I was just talking about Chinese. Yeah, well, I've never met Chinese. We never known any. What was he saying? He's just saying, like, hey, you remember fucking, like, you remember fucking Sunland, bro? He was there for us, you know, and all this shit. I'm like, Sunland, bro. We don't know him, dude. You know, he was fucking, like, talking about Dorothy, you know, we didn't know any Asians, bro. I'm like, I gotta get away from where this came from.
Not when you were there. Now it's probably before.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we live in a small town, dude. I mean, I remember
Population.
we probably had about 2,000 growing up. This one dude I remember was trying to be an Elvis impersonator. He said he was an Elvis impersonator, bro. But he was just a fucking alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to be Elvis, bro. You know? We got 2,000 people. We need fucking gas money. And we need drugs. Yeah, we need ideas, bro. Give us some fucking ideas.
Those fucking Elvis impersonators are pain.
They really are. Get a fucking life.
I gotta tell you something. You know, I totally.
No,
when I first
there's
went to
one
Canada,
that you make me.
like, serious about it in 94. There was a guy that who had you know, badass, bad, terrible habits. Who had to fuck around with somebody's ex? And all of a sudden I got off the guy.
You make me feel. You make me feel. Okay, here we go. Dog. Close to you, you make me feel so alive. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel. You make me feel. You make me feel like a natural woman.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Dude, that one was sick. Going
I don't fucking know. And he went to Colorado, opened up a fucking little bar. He was in the
I'm gonna make rock so sweet. Hey, hey, hey.
I wonder if Elvis fucking no. I think if Elvis came back to life, his shoes have like that's hell for Elvis. Like that's his
Oh, that's a great movie. Elvis comes back.
Elvis fucking back. Kills all your fucking impersonators. Let's say all the bad ones that are making instead of ISIS coming in and shooting everybody. It's a fat Elvis with a missing leg, decapitated neck and shit. Shoot people and go to the kitchens and take something and leave and shit. And the cops don't mess with him. It's Elvis.
Yeah, this was the worst, bro. He was the worst, and he wasn't like he had no work. They let him dress up like he dressed him up like Santa around Christmas. But he was like seasonal greetings, you know. And he'd always like you could see him, and he'd be like, you know, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Just us.
You're an alcohol.
Yeah, you know, fucking Elvis in person.
You're not even in uniform. You're in an alley right now. And